Putting together an effective glute workout does not have to be complicated. This is the blueprint that I use. First, we have an exercise that primarily loads the glutes in the shortened position. Think hip thrusts, cast glute bridges. Those are going to be your staples for the shortened position. Don't be shy with loading these up. Make sure you can go slow, and I like to add a little pause at the top. Next, I like to do a bilateral exercise that primarily loads the glutes in the lengthened position. A couple of my favorites are RDLs or deficit sumo deadlifts. These won't give you the same feeling of working your glutes the way that a hip thrust does, but don't let that fool you, it is working. Next, I like to do a unilateral exercise. Think Bulgarians, step-ups, reverse lunges, etc. These primarily work your glute max in the lengthened position, but also require some stability from your glute medius, which leads me to the last thing I like to do is one glute medius focused exercise. I like these bridge hip abductions on the cable or kickbacks, or these clamshells that my friend taught me that are super gnarly. And that's really all you need. If you go hard enough on your working sets, that will be plenty. Exactly 1 month ago, I set out with one goal in mind, to fall back in love with running. And now I'm getting ready for my 30th run in 30 days. Along the way, I'm gonna tell you what I learned. We've got 4 miles to chat. You don't need all the crazy running gear. You need a good pair of shoes that fit and somewhere easy to put your phone. And when it comes to what you wear, choose what's most comfortable for you. Unfortunately, warming up does help a lot, especially when you're 36 years old, like me. If you hate running, you probably just haven't done it enough. How can you like something if you haven't given yourself the opportunity to get good at it? 2 miles down, it's hot. Momentum doesn't come from the good days, it comes from not letting the bad days stop you from continuing. I've run in Austin, in London, in LA, in the 90-degree heat and humidity, in the cold, in the rain, first thing in the morning, at 9 o'clock at night after a dinner at Jeffrey's for my anniversary, and I kept going. Discipline is the fastest path to self-esteem. Every time you show up and do something when it's uncomfortable or when you don't want to, you prove to yourself you're somebody that can. Having the end of your run be the hardest part builds grit. Look. So bright, so colored. On Instagram, I don't like no other. So baby. That felt like more than 4 miles, I'll tell you that much. We did it! Let's spend the evening together while I prep to travel for one of the biggest shoots of my life. But first, we're hitting day 23 in a row of running at least a mile every day. So proud of myself for sticking to this challenge. We're gonna try this 10-minute self-tan together. And this is not an ad. I purchased this at Ulta, so I will tell you if it sucks. The way it's advertised is you put it on, keep it on for 10 minutes, shower it off, and then it develops after that. So you don't have to keep self-tan on for many hours or like sleep in it. So here we go. I don't use a tanning mitt because I think they're kind of a scam. They suck up too much of the product, so I just wear gloves. It was a pretty creamy consistency, so it took a while to rub in, but it smelled nice. I'm also trying this Dolce Glow face mist for the first time because I heard it was great. Oh, the atomizer on that, are you kidding? Actually don't know how much I'm supposed to do. 4 to 5 pumps. That was enough. I also had to blow out my hair. I'm not gonna lie, I would be doing this naked if you guys weren't here because I get so overheated and overstimulated by the blow dryer. Why do I massage my jaw, you ask? Pew, pew, pew. You're welcome. That's on TMJ. I always try to get as much laundry done before I travel so I don't leave Tim and Adeline with nothing to wear. Did you guys know that when you floss your teeth, the floss is supposed to wrap around the side of your tooth? That is news to me. So I switched from the Picks to regular floss and it's been way better. I finished up a little work and then it was time to go to bed. It's the next morning. I wanted to give you a tan update because I'm a girl's girl, obviously. It worked. Not a dark tan by any means, but it definitely gave me like a little color, and for 10 minutes. I'll take it. I'll give this like an 8 out of 10. I'm only getting started. Why would you ever bother training to failure knowing that training a few reps away from failure is just as effective for building muscle and more effective for gaining strength? That's a fantastic question, and I have an answer for you, but first, if you don't know what training to failure means, it just refers to when you go as hard as you could possibly go for a set, as many reps as you could do with the weight that you're using until you physically cannot go anymore. You can imagine how taxing just one set like that would be, so why would we do it when you know you can get just as much bang for your buck, if not more, from keeping 1 to 2 reps left in reserve? And my answer is that you are very often overestimating how much effort you are putting into a set. And how would you know what it feels like to have 1 to 2 reps left in reserve if you don't know what it feels like to have no reps in reserve? If I asked you to do a set at a 9 out of 10 effort, how would you know what a 9 is if you don't know what a 10 is? So should you take every set to failure? No. Should you do it semi-regularly to recalibrate and see what you're made of once in a while? Absolutely.